Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Before getting into in today's episode, y'all already know what to do. It ain't nothing new. But before we get into the topic, come on, y'all already know what I need y'all to do. I shouldn't even have to explain it to y'all. Like, y'all really should know. Like, come on now. So in today's episode, we're going to be discussing the Vampire Diaries. And you guys are not going to believe what I'm about to tell y'all. So before I discovered the Vampire Diaries, I've been finding out about so many shows so late in life. Y'all probably going to be so disappointed in me. But the first show that I watched in the Vampire Diaries universe altogether was Legacies. I didn't know about, I knew of TVD, but I never watched it. I knew of the originals, but I never watched it either. But it was the first, show that I watched. It was Legacies. That was the first show that I watched about the originals altogether, right? And so it's pretty insane. Like, it's pretty crazy when we talk about it. Like, to start with, I know it's weird that I start off watching Legacies first, but I never thought I would be interested in the TVD until one of my friends told me, like, go watch it. Like one of my friends told me, you gotta watch it. So me and my friend, we would do like our daily FaceTime every day, and we would watch, we would just be on FaceTime and we would watch the episodes like back to back together. And, every day, when I say every day, like we would literally do our FaceTimes every day, and it'd be like late to like 12 to 1 to 2 a.m. going on in the morning watching our show, right? So I got hooked. I started watching it. I was getting hooked, and a lot was going on. Like, it was really good. Like, all the characters, I love Elena. I love my girl Elena, but they focused it all on Elena, and to be for real with y'all, none of them would even be there. Elena, wait, I gotta think about the names. Elena, Damon, Stefan, none of them would even be there if it wasn't for Bonnie. All the mess that has gone through with the TVD, with the veil, with Elena's brother, none of them would have been there if it wasn't for Bonnie. And Bonnie is such a good character. Caroline, all of them. Bonnie is such a good character. Like, seeing her go through her different forms of magic and such, it's crazy. Um, it's amazing. Like, she went from doing, I forgot what I know one of the forms of magic. One of them is called expression, which she died from using expression, actually. I believe so. Did Bonnie die from expression? Yeah. Well, not technically. So it says here, it's not just expression that caused it, but I think everybody knows season 4 during during the finale, which was the graduation episode in season 4 of TVD. She uses dark magic. She combined the spirit magic and expression, which led to her death of overexhaustion. Because with witches, they have to draw power from a source. Like, they use, I forgot what it's called. It's some sort of enchantment. I forgot what it's called. Like, I have the word, like I'm on it, but I just forgot what it's called. I forgot what it's called. Chazelman TVD. What is it called? It's some sort of channels. I forgot what it's called. Like, I'm on the brink of the word. I just don't know what it's called. But it's some sort of object that draws power from it, or sometimes a witch needs a person to be able to use or use magic and draw energy from other people to be able to do a lot of magic, because with magic comes like exhaustion, basically. And so when the TVD introduced the heretics, which was amazing. If you don't know what a heretic is, you should know what a heretic is if you've seen the TVD. But a heretic is basically a witch who is also, well, not just any sort of witch, a Cypherno witch who is also a vampire. And they can draw endless amount of magic from their vampire side. It's their endless and constant source of strength. It comes from their vampire side. You're probably wondering, how is it possible that a witch can also be a vampire? Well, Cypherno witches need energy to even be able to do magic at all. And you're probably like, but that's what a regular witch is. No. The difference between a born witch and a Cypherno witch is that a born witch already has the power, if that makes sense. Like, they can do magic without energy, but they also need it as well, if that makes sense. So regular witches who are born witches, basically, if you're a born witch with regular powers, you can do magic with or without, drawing energy from a source. But if you don't use another source to basically have, like, as a power source as you're doing magic, it can cause you to either faint, or like what happened with Bonnie with her nose turning red. Bleeding blood, and so stuff like that happens if you're not drawing power from someone else. But Bonnie can do magic without energy, but it causes strain on her body, basically. Versus a heretic, with a heretic, they draw power from their vampire side. And you're probably wondering, how is it possible that a witch can be a vampire as well? So Cypherno witches have to draw energy to be able to use magic at all. If they don't draw from a source, they can't do magic, which alone makes them an abomination. And so since they need energy to be able to do magic, they're not born witches. They have to draw it from a source, which technically doesn't make them a witch, but at the same time, they are a witch, which is why they can be a vampire and a witch at the same time, because they need some form of energy to be able to use to do magic altogether. Regular witches don't need it because they can do magic with or without an energy source. Yeah, that sounds better. Yeah. And so, like, for example, if a regular witch died and they had vampire blood in them and they died, they would become a vampire, but they would lose access to their witch side, because in the TVD laws, basically, it's an abomination for a witch to be a vampire. So they lose their witch side. So yeah, I know it's a lot, but that's why I love the TVD. Like, TVD is amazing, and the Vampire Diaries show is so amazing, and I'm so happy my friend introduced me into that show, because it is really good, and I do urge you to watch it if you haven't. It's really good. I just feel like they always centered everything on Elena, and Elena wasn't even all that. You know, she was good. Like, her and Catherine's portrayal, like her role in playing both Elena and Catherine, it's amazing. But no, like, there are other main good characters besides Elena. You know, I love Elena, but no. But yeah, thank you guys for listening in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. You already know what to do. It ain't nothing new and unchanged. And yeah, bye guys.